And have you ever been sworn in by them?
I've talked to the chief.
No. I'm asking you a direct question. Have you been sworn in by them?
It's very important you answer this correctly, because being a former police officer or someday a current police officer, you know if you lie in this situation, you go directly to jail.
No, I'm not.
So I'm going to put that right
listen,
up.
I'm not.
So if you are telling me you are
On the 8th of
officer,
April,
right?
2021, in Whitehall, Ohio, an officer is responding to reports of suspicious-looking man claiming to be a police officer, displaying a badge, armed with a gun, in a black and white car complete with red and blues in a KFC parking lot. It doesn't take long for the responding officer to start uncovering the truth about the suspect, the extent of the infractions, and his storied past.
Hi there. There. So, you're an actual Cleveland police officer?
No, I'm not with Cleveland PD. I work for Cleveland Watchmen. We're a security company that hires only off-duty police officers to do traffic control for.
Are you an off-duty police officer?
Yeah.
So, who are you with?
Pickaway Sheriff's Office.
Pickaway.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're out of
They do.
Ohio, and you're here working in Franklin County in Whitehall as an off-duty police officer.
No, I'm working as a security guard. So we do.
No, you're in uniform marked as a police officer. You're working as a police officer right now with a car that has red and blue lights on it.
Yeah.
All
so
right.
I've got some paperwork I can give to you from.
Absolutely, and I'll need to get your information. I've been asked to come up here by my deputy chief and get that.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
I mean, we're finished up with the work anyway, but they offered it, I guess, as special duty to your guys.
No, they did not.
Okay. That's what we were told.
Not at all. Nope. Not at all. And if it gets offered to us, if we pass it, we have to give it to Franklin County.
And they said they offered it to them and they passed too. So.
No, they did not.
Okay.
Okay, that 966 Pierce is a problem house. I think there's a female family
Where's the car come from?
that comes and goes there that has
Cleveland
felony
Watchmen,
warrants, or at least she did
the company
recently,
that I
but
work
I don't
for.
remember her first
So
name.
they're owned by two. It's a not-for-profit agency owned by two Cleveland police officers.
Not bad, sir.
55, copy of 12 for me.
Go ahead.
Henry Paul 7740. Henry Paul 7740. Go ahead and just print that out for me. I'll be out here at Collingwood and Broad talking to this company working up here.
Copy.
Do you have your ID on you by chance? So I can get your information? Are you full-time over in Pickaway?
I live in Pickaway, so one second.
74 to 105.
So I left the sheriff's office there. I'm going to. I was full-time there. I left full-time as a jail dep there.
So you're not even a police officer?
Currently, I'm starting a new commission with a village up in Richland County. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're not even a police officer.
Copy.
You're currently not a full-time or a part-time police officer anywhere.
Reserve.
Okay, where are you a reserve officer at?
So, give me a second. I'll give you the name of the village because it got hooked up through the company here that I'm working with. So.
Okay, do you have an ID from that village?
Not with me, no.
Not with you?
No.
So you don't have an ID, you don't have a badge. What's the badge you were displaying earlier?
Sorry?
What's the badge you were displaying earlier?
What do you mean?
Do you have a badge?
Yes.
What was that badge you were displaying earlier?
That's my old Pickaway one.
So you have a Pickaway County badge, but you don't work for them?
It's a previous one from there, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You have that with you currently?
Yeah, it's a flex badge.
Can I see that, please?
Yeah. It's not from them. Issued from them. It's previous.
All right.
So.
55 to 63.
Why do I feel like I'm about to actually get
Yeah.
pinned up by you guys for...
Yes, I'm going to need you to stop up here, please. I'm on the KFC lot at Collingwood and Broad. This has gotten much deeper.
What are you on?
Yeah, well, I talked about you earlier. That traffic detail.
Okay.
So the company,
25 to 55.
company's trying to get you a reserve commission.
They already got one.
They already got one.
So the guy that owns the company, he's in my unit for the guard, and then another guy that's in my unit is Chief of Police,
Stand by.
Sergeant Proper. Now let me call John, who is the command sergeant major in my unit. He's also the
Okay, those are all military people, right?
yeah, but he's the owner of this company. He's the owner of this company. So let me call him.
That's fine. Yeah, I am right at the moment.
Not quite sure what you got up there, but if it's going to be like an impersonation kind of thing, we're right down the road. We can help you with that part of it.
Yeah, actually, both might want to come down here to handle maybe the military end of it.
Okay, we'll be down that way. He's just finishing some notes. One of that. Go ahead. Just FYI, possible was no good. Copy, thank you. I'll be en route to 55.
And 55 to 111. Yeah, you work for Pickway, correct?
Paper.
Yeah, why don't you stop over here for me? You might be able to answer a question for me.
Hi, copy. We're en route from 220.
80 to 55. Still 55?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if you ran that or not, but he's got a line of duty crash from Banks County.
Yeah, I know. At one point, he might have worked for somebody. Are you guys out of Pennsylvania? You guys out of PA?
The company is, but we're
Okay. I just saw the tag. That's what I was wondering if you guys
Hey,
were
you know
out.
an Aaron Oakley? I think he used to be a Whitehall cop. Now he's a lineman.
There.
I didn't know if you might know him or not.
No, he could have been one of our auxiliaries. There's a ton of them.
What's going on? I don't understand.
Go ahead and assist en route
He's not a
to
police
location from 220.
You guys, who's the supervisor?
He's gone.
He's
He's gone right now. He went to AEP.
That's his
That's
second
his second
command
command
now.
Okay.
I want to say AWP hired him. Did AWP hire you?
Yes. AWP hired. So
AWP or AEP?
AWP, Area Wide Protective.
Ah, okay, them. Okay.
I assume you guys may have had problems with them the way you said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the village is Glenmont, Ohio, and I was trying to call the chief just now to have him vouch for it. So, hey George. Okay, so Whitehall Police is here.
Here. Tell me what's wrong with it.
It's plastic.
Yeah. That's what he was displaying. And he's armed and everything.
Have we taken his firearm or anything off of him?
Not yet. See, this is who he works for, which is, he's in the military.
Yeah, but it's screen printed.
He's in the military. The guy who owns his company is his commanding officer, some sergeant, first sergeant, sounds like. All right, and they got hired through this company here, Area Wide Protection. He says he used to work.
It was AWP was on one of those trucks.
Yeah. Well, no, that's them. They're separate. So they So he says he now works for the village of Glenmont, Ohio. He used to work in Pickaway County. I said, so you're currently not certified anywhere? And he goes, well, I'm a reserve officer. I said, give me an ID or a badge. He said, well, I don't have one because they're trying to get that to do it. So he's over there with his boss, who is a military officer. All these people are related to the military that work for this off-duty.
Where's the military guy?
Well, that's who.
What's up?
He is.
All right, real quick. So, this is what he was displaying. It's fake.
That's cool. Well, maybe that's
He
what
is
it is.
he is armed. He's
Okay.
fully armed, acting as a police officer. He has a vest on that says police. All right. Now he says that he works for Pickaway County Sheriff's Office, but he no longer works for them. And I said, well, let me see that badge you were displaying. He said, well, and I said, no, let me see the badge you were just displaying when I pulled up, because he was showing it to Jeff Hart. So this is what I took off of him. I said, so who do you work for now? And he says, well, I work for a village. I said, well, let me see your ID for them and our badge. He said, well, I don't have any. I said,
For who? Who does he work for?
Well, he finally gave it to me because he had to call his boss, who is the owner, who they're all related from the military. They're all in the same military unit together, who is either retired or off-duty Cleveland police officer who started this.
Yeah. But my question is he a police officer?
Well, he's on the phone. He's trying to get a hold of his chief now of this village, who is the village. It's Glenmont, Ohio. But he says this Cleveland police officer, who he works for this company, is trying to get them all reserve commissions through this village. So he's currently not a police officer anywhere.
Okay, so he's not a police officer.
Yeah, he him-hums around about that. He won't give you a direct answer, but he finally said, you are not a police officer anywhere. Well, no, not really. I said, you're not commissioned anywhere. So,
All right, so he's not a police officer.
no.
So, if he is not a police officer and he's working for this company,
Well, they don't know. They basically, so this area-wide protection, as soon as he said that, that's the one I dealt with before with this same exact problem. Area-wide protection hired Cleveland Watchmen, which is off-duty Cleveland and other officers through a military group. It's a group of military people that are officers. They hired them, and he came down. That's why this comes back, I guess, to the company. And it's got red and blues.
well, here's what I suggest. One of two options. I'll leave it to you. You're the boss out here. But I would say, if he's working for this company and he is not a police officer, we have two options. One, which he can work for a company and he can regulate traffic.
I know,
Yeah.
but he worked
Look,
for them.
feel it.
He worked for Pickaway.
What's his name?
He's got Casey Williams.
Casey Williams.
Oh, yeah.
He's over there. You know
Casey?
him?
Yeah, he was fired from Pickaway.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, he's displaying their badge out here.
That's a maid badge. That's not our badge.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't provide those, and we don't approve those.
Well,
Yeah. So you have two options. If he wanted to stay working, he would have to take off.
there.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Right.
I'm still getting used to it.
He's
he's over there.
So
He's
I would say
armed.
there's
Okay.
two options.
Hi,
Listen,
Lieutenant. How are you?
I would say you could say, well, if you're going to regulate traffic, you have to take off anything that says police officers, and you cannot turn those lights on if they have a blue light on them, period. Unless that law is changed, only police officers can have blue light.
Okay.
Or you would cite him for having the blue light and charge him with personating a police officer. Or, instead of just advising him, you could do both of those things right now if we saw him doing all this stuff that you're saying.
Well, I'm
And I don't
going
have an
to see
issue
what
with that.
Pickaway County wants to do about this,
And
too.
if we charge him
He's in
with
panic
a,
mode.
I did not.
if we charge him with that crime and we cite him with that, and we impound that vehicle for the equipment violation, which we could also do, but we don't have to do that, then I'm pretty sure that's going to take care of this process in the future.
Yeah.
Summons him for impersonating a police officer. He's got a badge on him with a claiming to be an officer. They didn't need him hauled around, write all that up about who he is and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, if you want to, he's out here regulating. He's out here it's not impersonating. I think that's the theft offense, impersonating a police officer. Make sure, if you don't know this, Joe White, there's two different impersonators. There's one called impersonating a police officer, one called personating a police officer. One of them, I think it was the impersonating, is under the theft section where you're doing it. I think.
Well, I'm trying to get
Before
I go that
yeah,
route,
you'd have to see which one applies, and I'm not sure about.
before I go that route, I definitely want to find out if he has a commission with Village of Glenmont,
Yeah.
then yes.
Right, but then but either way, he's not working for them right now, so that light doesn't come on, and he displays nothing that says police. And then I'm okay with that resolution too. If that's where you end up going.
But wouldn't he get a CC?
Okay, so I can't get a hold of the chief from Richland Township, which is Glenmont.
It's Richland Township.
Yeah.
So it's a township police department, or
it's
is it village?
Village in Richland Township. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a village in Richland.
But you have no ID from them,
No,
all right?
no.
And have you ever been sworn in by them?
I've talked to the chief.
No.
that's
I'm
not
asking
what
you
I
a direct
asked.
question. Have you been sworn in
Now,
by
it's very
them?
important you answer this correctly, because being a former police officer or someday a current police officer, you know if you lie in this situation, you go directly to jail.
No, I'm not.
So I'm going to put that right
Listen,
out.
I'm not.
So
trying-
if
I'm
you
not,
are telling me you are a police officer right now, is that what you're telling me?
No.
So you are not a commissioned police officer.
I spoke with the chief.
That's not what I'm asking you.
Okay.
I'm asking you one question. Are you a commissioned police officer through the state of Ohio?
I have an OPUDA certificate.
That's not what
That's
I'm asking.
not what we're asking you.
I'm explaining to you. I have
No, you're not. You're not answering the question. You're avoiding the question. It's very simple. Are you a sworn police officer anywhere in the state of
means
Ohio with
commission.
any department?
Not currently.
Okay, that's the
Not that.
question.
Well,
Not currently.
I'm unsure. I'm unsure.
You can't be unsure.
You can't be unsure.
You would have to raise your hand, swear,
Okay.
sign a form, and you would get
I've talked to the
paperwork on that.
Hello.
Talking to the chief is not enough.
Yeah, the chief of police is here. So
So he's not commissioned with Peg Leg. So that he's not going to get back.
okay. 1 second. Would you be willing to speak to the supervisor from the company,
From
from Watchman?
Watchman?
Yes.
Is he an actual police officer?
You are an actual police officer, correct? Okay. Okay. Yes, he is. Where are you commissioned at?
It doesn't matter. He's not here doing anything.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's the superintendent of the state highway patrol. That's irrelevant to the situation. So you can talk to him if you
I
want,
will.
Rex, but I got no.
Yeah. Hello? Yeah, this is Sergeant Atkins with the Whitehall Police Department. Okay. Well, the issue is that we have a off-duty officer, or not an off-duty officer, a person acting as an off-duty officer with a semi-marked vehicle. It's red and it's black and white. It doesn't have any police markings on it, but it does have red and blue lights on it that were being displayed out on one of our main thoroughfares, Broad Street, okay, with a gentleman wearing a vest that's marked police and a full duty belt with a badge that says Pickaway County Sheriff's Office, stating he's working special duty here in the city of Whitehall. All right. Now the issue is that this company that works for AEP, they never contacted us about any special duty, all right, to work. And I know the lady at AEP because I deal with her all the time, and she always contacts me if they have something here in Whitehall that they need special duty for. There. So, and I've had this same issue with AWP before. So I'm not putting the blame totally on you or anything like that with the Cleveland Watchman group, but AWP has tried this before, and then they say, well, no one wants to work. Well, that's not true, okay? We have our own special duty officers that work these traffic details, okay? And if we can't get it, we contract with the sheriff's office here locally. There. Okay, he is not a commissioned officer. Actually, I have a female officer here that worked for Pickaway County that now works for us, and she said that Casey was fired from them. All right. However, he's out here in a full duty belt with a police vest with police markings on it, displaying a badge that says Pickaway County. And it's not a real badge anyway. It's a fake plastic badge that someone's had made. Oh yeah, because we're deciding now what we're going to take him on, if we're going to take him. And this vehicle belongs to who? Because he says it belongs to the company. I just talked to the owner of this company. He says that this area-wide protection contacted them, all right, and said, we have a detail in Columbus that we can't get covered. Can you guys do it? He said, I was not aware it was in, he goes, I'm from Cleveland, I don't know your jurisdictional boundaries down there. He goes, I was told it was in Columbus and they did not want it and were not available. And I explained how we do it. He says, I understand, I totally understand what you mean, that it's in your jurisdiction and you contact the county if not. He said, he's never met this guy. He says, I've never met him. He goes, I was advised through other people that he worked for the village of Glenmont and he had a commission with them. He goes, and we hired him because he lived down there. He goes, I would never have sent, he goes, this is their car. He said, we maintain our own fleet of cars up here because we work mostly up here in Cleveland area. He goes, I would have never sent him 5 hours away with one of our cars if I didn't know he wasn't a police officer. He goes, I'm being, and I said, all right, I understand that.
All right, well, he's getting hold of the chief of that department, so we'll verify there that he's not that one and he's not that one, obviously.
And he does
so
not have a CCW.
I'm okay with whichever route you go with it, and he doesn't have a CCW, so I'm okay if you want to write it. And then...
Did you contact Tickway?
I did. I contact Lieutenant.
All right. What was their take on it? What did they?
He said absolutely not. He's left a while. He left before I left because he was under investigation and he was going to be dismissed. So he chose to quit before that investigation ended.
Did they get all their badges back?
Yes, that's a made one.
I know, but that's what I'm saying, because when I initially asked him, he said he had a Pickaway County badge.
That one.
Well, and that's when I said, show me.
Yeah, it has to be checked off. When you leave, you have to turn in your ID.
Okay,
and
I just
your
want to
badge.
make sure.
So, yes,
I want to make sure he does
it.
not have anything else on him.
No, so he probably because he worked in the jail, he never worked the road. So when he worked in the jail, our deputies still get the deputy badges. So he probably scanned, because that looks like it's just a sticker. So he probably scanned that, had that pre-made before he left, turned in all his stuff, and then left. Which Lieutenant's requesting a copy of the report as well, because he's pretty pissed off that he's representing Pickaway County.
I understand. All right. Yeah, you guys are good then. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
So can I talk to you before you make any decisions here?
Give me one minute. We're going to verify one more thing with. All right, and then I will let you know. Yeah, I think we've kind of ruined his career anywhere. This company's going to fire him anyway. I just talked to the owner. He's like, no. We were not aware of that. No. And I said, well, what do you want to do with this car? And he said, well, we'll have to send people down there if he gets arrested. So I told him I'd call him back.
Well, I even told him, I was like, if you would have been upfront with us from the get-go, I was like, we would be more willing to work with you. I was like, but it took my deputy chief to get in your face for you even to say anything.
Yeah.
And so he was like, yeah, well, I started yesterday. I was like, they could have written a memo and you could have just been in a private capacity. I'm like, what made you put on the badge? I said, you didn't have to put on the badge. You could have had your gun readily available and you could have had handcuffs. I was like, but the thing is, the only thing you could do is citizen's arrest.
Hey, Casey, when were you sworn in at Glenmont?
So, he's not.
He's not. He's never been sworn in.
So I talked to the chief. He was supposed to take care of it.
So you talked to the chief today?
Not yet.
Chief proper?
No, I was just trying to call him.
You were just trying to call him?
What?
Do you have his phone number?
Yes, of your time, uninterrupted,
Okay.
to explain exactly what.
Yeah, one
So
second.
he's saying he should be... When was this supposed to happen if it didn't happen now?
I was supposed to be this week to finish everything, paperwork and everything.
We'll go back.
I was told it's good. I have the chief's word, and I went on a man's word. That's what it is.
You went on a man's word. You don't have any documentation. You see the issue?
No, I do, and that's why I'm trying my best to call the chief. I can't get a hold of him.
Because we're not exactly in business of just
No, I understand.
letting people come out here and say we're all the same, one team, one fight, right? You're
Yeah,
not
we
even
may have
hired.
to because he doesn't have a CCW.
Williams, C-A-S-E-Y,
Hello.
last name Williams, and he said he was told by.
I don't want to take him to jail, but I'm definitely going to take him in and summons him probably.
The captain said he's going to text the chief. He said that is a number to the chief, he says, but it's like 1 and 2. It'd be like the chief, one of the deputy chiefs, he was like, no. He's like, I've never even heard of him.
Well, here's the thing.
He was like, he said he may very well be in process and maybe somebody knew him, recommended him.
Well,
he
he's
said
in
that
the guard with the chief, is what it sounds like. So
with the chief himself?
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like the chief of this PD is his sergeant in the guard.
But he should still understand he's not the police.
And that's
He's been commissioned as a police officer.
And the only thing that ruined it for him is probably that Pickaway County badge. Because when he displayed that to Jeff Hart and all that, and he was wearing it around his neck, sorry. All right. You knew you didn't work for Pickaway. You got fired. They took everything. You turned everything back in. All right. So
I think it's an impersonation. My opinion, but
and we'll park his car. I'll call the owner of the company back and tell them they can come pick up their cruiser. And
is the company still all the way in Cleveland?
yeah.
So he drove all the way to Cleveland because he lives in Asheville, or does he live up that way?
I don't know how he got the car, but the company owner said, yes, I would not have sent a guy, 5-hour round trip with one of our cars. So he must have drove to Cleveland at some point, picked up one of their cars on a 5-hour trip to come down here. He goes, I was told by area-wide protection that this was a Columbus detail and Columbus didn't want it, which I can't believe Cleveland officers are happy with that, are happy with one of their own starting a company and undercutting their special duty. But that's what it sounds like they did.
They may not have the ability to cover it either.
That could be. But he hires nothing but off-duty officers. Now he may hire.
Well, because they had that FBI thing that stepped in there a little while.
Yeah, and they may have hired like townships and villages around Cleveland.
And I found a good paying job, and I was told by the guys, like, hey, we'll take care of a commission, we'll get it taken care of, it's no big deal. I come out here, I was told, hey, you can start, make some money. That's all I was trying to do. Please do not, I'm asking you for courtesy, man to man, please do not ruin my career. Please, please, please.
I think you did that kind of on your own, Casey.
Please.
All right. The Pickaway County, you knew you didn't work for Pickaway County. You displayed that badge. All right. You're out here acting in law enforcement capacity, displaying a badge that you have no right to have, or a facsimile of a badge. That's not even a real badge. You were aware of that.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not real.
Okay. So, all right, you're going to be charged.
Oh, seriously?
I'm serious. Okay. Now we're going to be nice about this. Okay. And we're going to take you over, and you can take your gun belt off, and you can set it on the hood of that car, okay? And we're going to take you in. We don't have to handcuff you. This officer is going to pat you down, all right? And we'll let you out, all right, on a summons, all right? Now,
are we too far for me to?
We're
Listen,
okay.
It's completely deceptive.
Here's the problem. You don't understand that right now we can charge you for improperly handling in a vehicle. I can charge you for impersonating a police officer. All right, there's tons of charges.
What are you charging me?
Here, well, probably the impersonation of a police officer.
So the best thing to do right now is to just take off the belt.
And I'm
all right, so let's step over here and take care of that first.
Smith, right here. Right here.
All right.
Take off the belt, and then I'm going to switch.
You don't have anything else on you, do you?
No.
All right.
Just,
No, don't reach in. All right, you should know the drill.
Don't interlock. Like you're praying. Okay. Like you're praying. Don't interlock.
Can I call my supervisor before we go in?
We will get a chance. I'm going to call the owner of the company, you mean? The guy I spoke with? I'm going to talk to him. He gave me his number, said to call him back. Okay. All right.
Which one? The one that you talked to on the phone on
George?
my phone?
Yeah.
No, the owner is John Ball.
Well, George is who I'm going to call back because he's the one.
He's just the supervisor.
Okay.
John is the owner. John's the one that talked to Sergeant Roper, who was supposed to help me out.
But you never talked to Sergeant Roper.
I did talk to Sergeant Roper, yes.
A whistle.
Whistle runs in it.
Yeah. Can we discuss another charge at least?
We'll see if he wants his stuff out of this car because I think the company's going to probably come back down here and get this.
74, you work?
Yes, sir. The advocate just called in here. Says that a Maggie Hall's been around here. Just came from court, and she's pretty upset. She's concerned about his family being at the apartment when she tried to go get her belongings.
Hey, is the trunk button in the glove box there?
74 radio, when she shows up, you can just, I'm not aware of anything special that needs to go on. You can just have an officer handle that as normal.
It's been a while since I've... Oh, there it is.
I'm just gonna take all this.
Yeah, take care. Oh my God.
It says now you got a rifle.
All right. And it's loaded, right? Okay. We're not gonna. Yeah. Take all his stuff, and you can throw it in my car.
Okay. I'll put it in the back of yours.
Hey, I think you're just gonna have to go the full course.
Yeah, it's not sad. I think it's a 5 long.
Yeah, it's beyond that. I'm gonna go ahead and park this here. I'll call the company. They can come get it. I'll lock it up. Here's his keys. Yeah, go ahead and take him in. Do a interview on him. Mirandize him. Do an interview. Basically, same questions you were
I'd
asking.
rather not.
You got it.
No, but here's not that. Here's what I said. Why don't we have this towed to our lot where it's at least semi sort of secure, like where we can watch it, it's on camera.
And then
That's
we can
true.
probably put it in the basement.
Well, no, we just as long as it's on the lot.
Okay.
All right, yeah, let's do that. Good idea.
I just would hate that somebody come jack up their car.
Especially since it does have red and blues.
What's that? Well, things change. We try to do the reasonableness test here, but listen, man, there's just way too much. You've got a code in there that doesn't belong to you. That's got deputy sheriff stuff on there. You got a loaded rifle. You're a traffic guy, man. That's all your detail's going to be. What active shooter situation you going into? That you need to carry a loaded rifle and rifle plates. Listen, this is all because we're trying to look cool, whatever. I get it. Well, you're completely in the wrong. That's all I can tell you. Go ahead and put your foot in there.
Why did he think he could get away with impersonating an officer? Why did he have a loaded rifle in the trunk? Was it just to look cool? Or did he have other intentions? Did the company really have no idea what was happening? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.